We are back, ball lovers. So, finished up last episode with this stuff. Turned out really cool. I liked it. I hinted last episode at what we're gonna do today, and it's gonna be out on the water. And I was talking about maybe like a old fort that you might see like in the Civil War, um, kind of run down. And I don't know if I told you, but the plan was, blup, 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 we're going to have it repurposed as like a foundry. Um, well, I decided not to do that. I think like an old timey fort like that would look like it belongs, you know. Um, I think it would be a good build, but I don't want to do that. I'm, I built, man, fuck. I built in theme for the last couple builds now, and I want to do something different. Maybe something that's gonna draw your eye a little bit. So maybe we go same type of like fort foundry idea, but maybe a bit more exaggerated. So check out this sketch that I made real quick. Right, and what we see is we have this big smokestack right in the middle, real exaggerated, real big, and it's gonna have plumes of smoke out there. That's probably gonna be the hardest part, to be honest, because it's gonna be um, you know cobweb, glass, all that stuff, which is kind of rough to do because you got to make it look dynamic, but it's not dynamic. It's going to be there for all time. So um, that'll be fun. And by fun, I mean a pain in the ass. So you probably couldn't tell, but we got these little sloped walls down here, and we're going to, again, like the drawing had, we're probably going to put some little mini towers on the sides. Why am I swimming? Whatever. Already swimming. But the main part of this build is the main part you're going to see. It's that main central tower there that I got laid out. And this is going to be a very, very stone heavy build. I don't think I have all that I need yet. I'll probably need to collect some more. Probably some more deep, probably more tough, honestly. And andesite. But idea is the tower is dark with some copper lining, and yeah, probably copper lining. And we're probably gonna go like a little bit lighter on the bottom, maybe more tough to deep slate, and then by the top it's pretty much all deep slate. Meanwhile, over here we're gonna be going with dark at the bottom down in the water, coming up and then up and lightening out, so that we're gonna have a good bit of contrast by the time we get out here and we're looking and we see a lightish, like stone, cobble, probably stone brick, all that around here, and then a sharper contrast when we get to like our tough and deep slate back here, because it's going to be kind of hard to get in quite a bit of detail into these sloped walls. So we're going to do it by having a bit of like a patchwork gradient, ideally. So we'll see how that turns out. And we are gonna go ahead and get started and just see how it starts turning out. And if we have to change plans halfway through, we have to change plans. But yeah, I'll show you me collecting some of the materials. Alright, that turned out pretty good. Not crazy about the shape, but I like the color palette. So let's go ahead and throw these walls up and see how they turn out. And then we can get to some of these details. Whew, man. Well, I got the corners done, and well, you saw me do the main sides, and that was because that was easy. Just place some stairs. Um, these corners probably took like 30 minutes a piece. It was rough, and that's because not only am I working on one diagonal because it's a uh, slanted wall. That's another diagonal because I want it to have some depth that way. So took me a bit, but now looking at it, obvious. John, there's balls. I don't want you guys to know my name yet. Um, you're not done. There's still red marks there, and well, I have some ideas what to do with that, but I'm not gonna do it yet. So I'm just gonna leave it there for right now. And what we're gonna do now is put in some towers. I don't really have a design yet, but it's now very light down here. It's not as menacing. So I'm thinking for these towers, we go a bit darker. So maybe more in color scheme with, the upper parts of our um, smokestack, just to make it look a bit more spooky. And so I'll go ahead and try to build one of those, and I'll show you how it turns out. Why, hello there. It is coming together. Of course, we're still got a little bit of work to do on this smoke thing. I don't know why the word's not coming to me. Um, and we still got red out here, and we have no dock that we were gonna do, and no actual entrance, right? But we got these little towers here, right? We had that last time. And then we have these kind of I don't know what to call them. They're kind of spiky, but also like rounded towards the back so that we could support the bridge. But also I wanted them to kind of overlap the walls that we broke up the monotony a little bit, and we kind of didn't, but also kind of did. So we'll go ahead and I can't get in this way. You gotta go this way. Now that I think about it, there's not an actual entrance yet. Ignore that. Ow. So we have no floor. I removed it, and yeah, I built a iron farm. Because I was thinking, I'll probably put a super smelter in here, but I was like, this is a really big island for just a super smelter. And I was like, well, I need an iron farm. So I went ahead and started the iron. Well, I started digging. And it took a very long time. But, oh, I caught myself. Dug out a lot. Put our iron farm. Our, what is this called? Chimney, sure. It's not, I guess it kinda is a chimney. Anyways, got that there. Got our iron farm rolling, and it's been 2 of these have been going while I've been mining out all this, and it's working pretty good for what I'm doing. I don't I don't really see me using all that much iron, but now, you know, lots of beacons we can use as building block, which we will very much like once we start doing. Okay, spoilers, the next few episodes. Probably not the next one, or maybe the one after that. But I plan on getting kind of into like the agro-industrial kind of phase where like, so I guess I can kind of, while I talk, I'll start placing this dirt up here, which I'm like kind of worried is going to spawn iron golems on. I don't know if my farm is low enough, but we'll see. Yeah, so take a step back. We have built like a evilish military smeltery here, and the whole idea is we have the village, and it's, you know, doing its thing. They're living peacefully. But then, you know, I don't know if it's a kingdom or whatever. I don't know. They're like, oh, this little I don't think it's a lagoon. This water feature you have here is a very defensible spot. So we're gonna go ahead and put a fort, and you know, precious metals are very valuable. We're gonna make it a smeltery, and it's a very defendable position, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. And so they move into town, and we get a pretty interesting dynamic where the village aesthetic starts to kind of mix with like military. So, you know, the port starts to boom and people start moving in, and you kind of have a mix of like the old architecture as well as, you know, the I wouldn't say, well, newer for the time, but less villagey builds. I don't know. We'll get to it. Does that mean I'm done building like village style? No, I still have to do quite a bit. But I wanted a quick break, so it turned into not a quick break because this has taken a good bit of time. But that was the idea, and pretty exciting stuff. So now all I have to do is put the floor down, put some decorations, finish the insides. Like, these don't go anywhere. These are probably gonna come down. Do stuff with this entrance, dock, you know, the good stuff. So I'll go ahead and get all this placed down and start working on the interior, and then we'll see how it starts turning out. Alrighty, I have a confession. For the past like week or 2 weeks while I was building this, I did not like it. Because I'm probably going into like week 3 of building this, and I think it just gets to a point where you're around it for a little too long, and like you haven't put in the details to make it actually look good or anything, so you start thinking like, man, this is not very good. And if I sound weird, it's because I just got sick, so that's nice. But yeah, we have put in the details in the middle. Um, we got this little smelting area. So we put a super smelter in the middle of this chimney. So, you can put in whatever you want to be smelted over here. Whatever gets smelted outputs over to these chests. But we went for kind of a dirty, unorganized, a little overgrown aesthetic here. And we use some spruce because I can't build without using spruce apparently. But I think it turned out pretty good. Especially these stairs. I'm kind of surprised that they turned out so good. And then out back, we have our fuel area. And if this were real, you would shove the wood or coal in through this hole, but we just put it in this chest. Then it goes to super smelter. We got iron golem location. I might make a few just to put in here. I think that could be cool. Yeah. Very overgrown corner. Here's our lodging area. So yeah. And one thing I am not sure about yet. Do I leave these blue? They seemed cool when they were blue, but now I'm starting to think it might look better if they weren't blue, which means I gotta get honeycomb. That's okay. These ropes, I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out. This is my least favorite one, but I might just quit looking at it and then I don't have to fix it. I've never done something like this before, and it's because, Minecraft does nothing in terms of any sort of ropes or anything, and in order to get that idea or get that feel, you kind of have to make it thicker, and I think this design does the best to make it not look so chunky. Oh man, I just coughed right there. Anyways, got a little crafting area. But yeah, I really like how it turned out. And so what you might be wondering is, why did I go with like the overgrown, unorganized way of doing this? Yeah, I got a lot of iron and some bone meal. So the idea, I told you guys about how this is the military moving into the little peaceful village, and so I was thinking, this is a relatively remote base. You're surrounded by water, and they're most definitely living away from their family. So the idea is they don't want to be here, and they don't care too much to, take care of this place. So it's a bit overgrown. They're probably drunk all the time, although I didn't put any bar or anything. That would have been a good idea. Oh, I'll make a bar in the town. That's perfect. I'll add it to the list. Oh yeah, and there's just cats. I don't see any stray ones right now, but there's just cats that spawn for some reason. And these guys can't figure out for the life of them why. So they just kind of live with them now. So, yeah. Now, that means we have the most daunting task next, and that is the smoke. So, we'll see if I can do that.
Well, I'm in a bit of a predicament now. And yeah, my voice is awful now. So, um, this is as great a place as any. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And, be on the lookout for the next one. It probably won't be as long. Might not take as long. I was starting to be like, man, this is taking a really long time. So, um, I'm gonna quit making you listen to this. See y'all next time. Bye bye.